Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinet here, and it is what, the 11th, and well, now it's getting into the 12th. I've tried to record a scrying session 3 times, and on another computer, and it has systematically shut off. My computer shut off. Finally, when I got to turn on, all of the videos were gone. I was going to collate them, and it was impossible. So I rounded up this other laptop and hoping that it will stay on. And very odd things. This is a scrying session for the eclipse that's going to go. It's happening between the 12th and the 13th, and this is midnight on the 11th, between the 11th and the 12th, and the energy of this solar eclipse is going to go into the 17th, so it's a good week. And I can give you a summary of what the scrying session before talked about. It was a lot of passion, a lot of burning, a lot of fiery energy, a lot of arguments. There was a lot of difficulty. Even the calmest of people would feel that they were picking a fight for any reason, you know. And there I found myself saying that we need to put our feet firmly on the ground without shoes. You need to feel the ground. You need to feel the floor, even if it's just being in your house on your tiles, wooden floors. Not only this morning when I woke up, I've been traveling a lot, so, you know, the first thing I do is get my phone, take a look, what happened, the news, you know. And when I woke up, I had received hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails from 2015. And I thought, oh no, oh my God, what is this? Okay, all right, we're getting hacked again, okay. So a couple of hours playing with that, losing my emails coming in. I had to, you know, throw out my my phone, my mail program, reinstall it, open the account, and everything went back to normal. But it's been a rip-roaring couple of days, and being on the, you know, coming in with an angry predisposition, you know, wanting to finish things, wanting to stand off, wanting to, you know, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to work with that person. I'm not going to, you know, I just can't work with that person's energy, you know, so really like being on the defensive. However, this is shifting now. This is Labradorite, and I'm hoping that I can hold the phone here well enough. There's a beautiful feldspar here. And what's happening now is the moving on the attack. For some reason, there's this volatile energy that I'm seeing. And no one's immune to this. It's going to, if you have a bone to pick with loved ones, or near neighbors or family members, give yourself a break. Go, you know, on Mount Fuji, go to some high place, Mount anything, Everest, and go meditate somewhere far from the maddening crowd. And or just zip up that mouth, or just be quiet, be still, and read. This is an optimal moment for reading, and sitting still and feeling the energy, and seeing, you know, what I'm sensing and what I am actually seeing is the radiation of energy. You know, the waves. There are waves even around this lovely labradorite, which is such an intensive grounding stone that, you know, I I have this movement forward and back and forward and back, as if I'm being drawn in and then pushed away, drawn in. It's very, on the one hand, it's confusing, but it's on the other, for those of us who enjoy a roller coaster ride, we're in for a ride for the next week. We're in for a real adventure. Okay, let's put it that way, because I like seeing things as adventurous. Now, of course, there are many sides to life, obviously. I mean, oh, and plus, I lost my wallet. I mean, one after another. I lost my wallet. I lost an earring, went right down the drain, couldn't get it. I mean, 1, 2, 3 in 3 days. I traveling, and I thought, what is the world telling me? What is the universe trying to tell me? You know, but you know, the safest place, this is coming up to today, the safest place I found was sitting, eating, and drinking with colleagues and friends. That was the safest place. Safety in numbers, that's how I felt. Being safe among numbers. I was among musicians these last, lovely, lovely, beautiful people. And there I was I felt safe, you know, really felt safe. I felt like I had guardian angels, you know. One person in particular, a very, very tall Brazilian man who was just a beautiful, you know, when you meet someone and they just shine light. This person was like that, a lovely, lovely person. And all of the events that had occurred to me were just washed away when I was near these people. And I have to say that I do like, you know, often I say safety in numbers, safety in numbers. Even when I was a young woman, I would say, even a younger woman, I'd say, you know, better being flanked, being in bad company than no company. I was always seeking, you know, the company of people. I preferred that to being alone. But I understand now that solitude really is a luxury, you know. Now, the Labradorite is fuming, you know, when you, and I find myself repeating myself this now and yes and yeah, and there's this, because there are waves, there's radiation, and I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't do anything. My mental state is not altered in any way, except for maybe I had 2 cups of coffees and I never drink. So, but what I'm feeling, you know, what I can actually see the radiation, you know, the radiation from the feldstar, from the stone. Around the feldstar, I have tourmaline, which is very intense, very grounding as well. These two are the most grounding stones I think I have. Well, no, I have moldavite, which is the stone par excellence that will ground you. But tourmaline actually works wonders if you are. It's a healing stone in the sense of grounding. But if you don't need that and you put it near your feet, something will bother you if you don't need it. It's a strong stone. Now, the grouping together of these two is calming the radiation effect that's emanating from this labradorite, and it's cooling down. It's having a calming effect. And I also have here jade. Let me see if I could see that way. I'm very bad tonight. There you go. Let me turn the stone around. Let's see. How's that? There you go. Let me put it in this hand. There you go. It's a mixture of sand and water. That's helping us feel, it's not quicksand, it's sand and water helping us feel the slowly melting radiation, you know. And I'm not afraid. I mean, who's afraid of the eclipse? I mean, who's afraid of the eclipse? Bring on the eclipse, you know. But especially small children, infants, do feel a difference, and they'll feel the change, and they'll feel the impact. And I have been feeling, there were 3 days in a row I was having headaches, and I couldn't, it was uncommon. It was very, very uncommon. I had no reason to have a headache. It was not a headache, a big headache, but a slight bothersome headache. And it's such powerful energy that's coming our way, that, you know, a lot of people, a lot of therapists always talk about the importance of, and I myself do as well, being awareness, the awareness of the moment, okay, the accompanying time and accompanying our walk, our gait, our movement, being aware of our movements, being aware of where we are, and how we move, and to the sensations that our body gives us. And it takes concentration on the one hand, you may think, but it's also a habit, or it's just a state of being. It's a natural sensation that when you get cut, it hurts, you know. And I can't imagine people who can withstand such pain. I have a very low tolerance, a low threshold for pain. I can faint easily. I do faint easily if I hurt. And in these days, especially with this heat and radiation, we do need the sensation of grounding our feet on grass, on sand, in water, on wood, tiles, terracotta, baked brick, you know, anything. But yeah, if we're going to go on a tree hugging spree, it would be best, and try to limit the amount of negotiations that are being requested of us, or coming our way, or if we're being urged to negotiate, it might be a good time to limit that to a minimum. And in terms of going it alone or having people around us when we do this, we are in the midst of people, and we'll be seeking out people, but mostly because there's a sensation that's being accompanied by this eclipse, that accompanies the eclipse, of feeling responsible for others, feeling responsible for our dear friend who's in need, feeling responsible for an ill parent, or an ill relative, or someone who's just under the weather, someone who is in pain, heartache. You know, you just, not that we feel responsible because we caused it, but you feel the need, you feel their need, and you feel you should, you know, there's this shoulding that I call shoulding. Be that as it may, when this occurs, especially with this volatile energy, tact is very much called for. A slow movement. The temperance card, when the tarot card, the temperance, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for really a balanced approach, and a soft spoken approach, and a slow movement, doing things slowly. It will be difficult, But it will be, like I said, and I think I said it in the other videos that I lost to the wind, ormai, as they say in Italian. It will be a feeling for those who are adventure, who like adventure. They'll get their fill. You know, those of us who like adventure will be right in the thick of it, going on a roller coaster ride this week from the 11th to the 17th, because there's going to be a number of changes, rapid changes, so rapid that many of us cannot manage that, and that will be setting our temper off for an exchange that we may regret. So, you know, zip up the mouth. This is a good idea, and limit our exchanges to a minimum, or even if possible, take a vacation and separate yourself from others. The weather, we all will be more sensitive to the feeling of the weather on our skin, on our face, any part of our body that's exposed. You'll feel the heat of the sun if you're in a summer-like climate much more. There will be a tendency to overheat. There's also there's a need for how can I say, an outer layer of protection. This would be a great time for those of you who have some kind of sunscreen to put it on, even if there isn't a glaring sun, even if it's a hazy day. But there needs to be some form of protection, like a second skin, almost like saran wrap. I know that's a brand name, but plastic, a slight thing that we could put on our skin, like a body band-aid, something that will protect us, a film around our skin, and it will help to cool us off. I'm going to take this fluorite, and let's see if you can see that. Okay, there it is. We have a few days, let's see, today will be Tuesday, Wednesday. When we get towards Sunday, actually, that is when we can say, gee, couldn't take it anymore, thank God. And you'll feel literally like you're just, you know, plunged into a cool, very cool pool, or a bath, or a lake of water, river, cold. You know, the Sunday is gives us a bit of respite. But there is the difference between the radiation felt, okay, remember the radiation felt here, and the Sunday cooling off. It's a rapid change, and this needs to be taken as such, and this needs to be remembered. It needs to be accompanied. We need slow movement. We need some adapting to the change. This is maybe I could get it that way. This is citrine. Okay, like that. Lemon, of course it's citrine, but there is this even lemon on the skin. It will dry, but it is something about the lemon that will give us a sensation of purification inside and outside our body. In the morning with warm water, drink it. Something that will help us through this extra heated, overheated period. there will be a good number of us, and here I'm thinking 40%, 45%, a good number of us that will be moving toward dark colors, toward dark skin, toward dark rocks, toward dark furniture, dark clothing, charcoal, putting our feet in dark pebbles. There's the need to feel that the darkness will give us a sensation of cooling. I came in from a trip this evening, and as soon as I walked into the house, I had this desire to have hot pepper and pasta with fresh tomatoes and garlic and hot pepper. And I looked at the clock. We were late, and it was 10 in the evening. I thought, oh no, come on, no. It will pass. It will pass, because then I don't want to go and do the dishes. I want to calm down. I'm going to make myself tea, and there is this sensation of like the Ace of Wands. There's a torch there. There's a passionate torch, and the sensation of doing something and moving something, moving mountains. And this independently of your sign, your rising or your moon sign. This is an eclipse that will give us cause for concern, because we are not understanding. We're not understanding what's happening. I mean, when I started seeing emails from 2015, I thought, okay, you hacker, you. And I said, keep my mouth shut. And then I thought, okay, how long is this going to last? How many emails do I have to get before I understand if it's being hacked, or if it's just the moon, or if it's, the universe telling me something that happened in 2015, or all of these together. So when I couldn't figure it out, I thought, okay, let me throw this program away, go wash up, and then take a new lease on life. So I got that out. I can't, either that, or you get into this windmill, windmill of thinking there's a reason, everything is a sign, and everything is a sign. But to tell you the truth, when the writing does come on the wall, and, okay, what are the worst things that could happen? Obviously, is your health, or a crash, something that really is a tower situation. But then there are less important things. You lose your phone, you lose your computer, you lose your wallet. Things that will put you back in terms of your responsibilities and communication, and cut you off with communication. And those are telltale signs that something is up, something is happening. And it's, I like to say, I'm not understanding what's happening, but what kind of a scryer would I be? And this is a foffolite. It's hard to see because of the direct light, but it is sort of, it looks like the inside of a cave, a sparkly cave. It's beautiful. I bought this in India. I got this in India, and it looks almost like snow, and like I was saying, I feel that I don't understand. I just don't understand, and so I refrain from doing I've put off some of my services these few days and rescheduled them, because I had this sense of disorientation, and but it's slowly coming back, and I really do. I'm one of those people who really enjoy a challenge and those roller coaster rides and the sense of adventure, and jumping from who knows where. But when they're all in a row, and when things like that happen, I do look for other information, finding the information that I need in terms of, okay, what should I be doing? what should I be doing? And this is a good question that we need to ask ourselves, because somebody's trying to get, your guides are getting your attention. And every time I lose things, I know one of my guides especially is trying to get my attention. And it drives me absolutely off the wall, crazy. It drives me crazy. But I understand, and he's got my attention. She's got it. It presents as a male. Now, as I close this session, because the main message is this volatile energy, and for fear of going overboard in myself becoming volatile, I'll be closing. But as I'm closing, I get the sensation that I need some of these grounded stones with me, and I have moldavite. I'll bring that with me, and I'll take that with me. But the tourmaline would also do me well. For those of you who do not have any kind of crystals at home, you could go to any crystal shop, and even the small pebbles. Talk to them. Usually they're very, very nice people, and they can give you an idea of what to keep near you, depending on what you're feeling, how you're feeling, what your needs are. And it would be an interesting thing if you could get a reference book for crystals. It always helps. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating that you may not even know or think of it, but what something like jade can do for you, keeping it close. And or citrine will just change your mood. Incredible. And so I'm the first one to say, oh, don't give me diamonds, just give me another crystal ball, or get me another what am I after? I've been looking for, I can't even remember now, but I was looking around for a specific stone, and I'm still looking for it, but it will show up in one of my next scrying sessions when I do. I won't, it's a surprise. But ladies and gentlemen, I do hope this was of help to you, and it's not alarming you, but this is a time, it's very volatile, and it's a passionate energy, and it's a passionate, overdoing the passionate energy. That may give us some tension, may put us on the spot. So let's deal with it. I mean, this is life. Hey, come on, bring it on. This is Christelle Martinet. It was a pleasure to scry with you. Until we scry together again. Bye-bye.